There are so many Beanie Babies out there that would make great filler for Operation Christmas Child. Welcome back to episode 7 of Filler Friday. Hi Shoebox friends, this is Denise with D. Rogers. Welcome back to my channel and another episode of Filler Friday, where we're going to focus on the 2 to 4s again. Collector Beanie Babies are a great item to send in, especially for the 2 to 4s for filler. So let's take a look at Facebook Marketplace and I'll show you how I've been successful. If you're on Facebook, select the tab in the middle that says Marketplace, type in Beanie Babies and then select Lot. And then you'll see listings of several sellers in your area. Try to look for Beanie Babies that are new with tags for $1 and under. So you can see this is a lot of 120 Beanie Babies for $120, so about $1 a beanie. Pay attention to how long it's been listed and message the seller with an offer. You'll be surprised at what they will accept. Try to make sure by looking at the pictures and asking the seller that these are new, and if they have tag protectors, it's a good indication that they have never been used. These items cannot appear to be used. You can expand your search and look a little bit further away from your home for some good deals on these stuffed animals. This seller has a huge lot of Beanie Babies and he is selling them for $2 each. He's also been listing these Beanie Babies for over 12 weeks, so it's worth reaching out to this seller and seeing if he will bring down the price or perhaps even donate some to Operation Christmas Child. And just remember, it can never hurt to ask. And if you're not on Facebook, be sure to ask your friends and family. Then I headed into my neighborhood Walmart to look for something to go with the beanies, and I found these cute little sand toys for 94 and 97 cents. These are just starting to appear and they are great for play. So these will be great additions for this project. I also decided I wanted some sand shovels, and since I couldn't find them in Walmart, I went to my friendly Amazon and found 12 pieces of sand shovels for $13.99. These will make great additions to go with the sand toys and the Beanie Babies. I knew that I needed one more small item for this project, so I headed over to my new Dollar Tree to see if I can find some pretty ribbon that I'll use to tie up some of these bags. And this new spring gingham checked ribbon is adorable, and so I picked out a couple spools of this for this project. So I'm calling this one Beanies in Buckets because the sand toys, when turned upside down, kind of look like a bucket. The first thing I had to do was get all of the price tags off. And I'm going to use this Goo Gone, which you can get at any hardware store, and also Dollar Tree sells it at times. And it's a great tool to getting stickers off of your items, which absolutely drives me crazy. So this took quite a bit of time, taking all of the stickers off of the sand toys. To use the Goo Gone, you just dab it on a paper towel and put it on the sticker itself and maybe let it sit for just a minute or two. And then you just start rubbing it off. And it does usually come off pretty easily. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of extra oomph and strength, but it does come off eventually. So let me get started taking all of these off. The next thing I wanted to do was to create some fun tags that say boy or girl, age 2 to 4. So I created these on Canva, and then I used my small paper cutter to cut these up. And these are going to slide right down into the buckets for the processors to clearly see that these were intended for a child age 2 to 4. They certainly could go to a child age 5 to 9, and it will be up to the processors and whatever their needs are. But I really want to focus on the 2 to 4s. That's what they look like. And the next thing we're going to do is to build our little bucket by adding a cute little beanie baby. These were all new with tags. I'm going to add a whistle that I got from Party City at their 90% off clearance. And I wanted to tuck it around his neck a little bit and into his paws so it looks like he's holding the whistle. And now I'll just tuck in that label that says boy or girl age 2 to 4. I'll tuck in the shovel behind the beanie baby, and there you have it. This is what I was hoping for and looks great. I'm going to put it in an organza bag. I'm packing these up 2 different ways to show you 2 different options. These organza bags I purchased on Amazon. They were $7.64 for 50, which makes them about 15 cents each. Currently the price is up slightly. So let's start packing these up, and then I'll show you the next option for bagging them up. The next bags are the Great Value gallon twist tie bags that you can get at Walmart. And these are about 3 cents a bag. So I'm going to use these as well just to bring down my cost a little bit. I prefer the organza bags, but these work just as well. Once I've added everything in the little bucket, I'm going to use one of the twist ties that comes with the bags and twist it around at the top a few times, leaving it open because now I'm going to add one of those cute gingham ribbons that I found at the Dollar Tree. I measured out about 18 inches, give or take, to make these ribbons. I'll swing the ribbon around through the middle of that twist tie and tie one tie, and then I'll take the twist tie and wrap it around the ribbon. That'll just secure the ribbon in place. If it gets tossed around a bit, it will definitely stay. So now I'm going to twist that tie several more times and then wrap it around the back of the bag. Now let's make our cute little ribbon at the top. And I like to use a lighter just to slightly seal the edges of that ribbon. You really don't even have to touch the ribbon, just getting the heat slightly to the edge. But be careful. Sometimes these do catch on fire, so be very careful. And it turned out so cute and adorable, and I think will make a great item to add to a shoebox. All right, let's get packing these up. Okay, I was almost done, but I ran out of the shovels, so I decided to add these cute little animal print sunglasses that were donated to me in each little bucket. I left the packaging on the sunglasses just to protect the lenses. These turned out just as cute as the shovels, to be honest with you. So if you can use items that are already in your shoebox stash, that is definitely a little more budget friendly. The one thing that I didn't mention is these beanies that I got for this project were about 20 cents each. When I reached out to the seller and told her about Operation Christmas Child and my passion for the ministry, they just wanted to get rid of the beanies. They were moving out of the area and had collected for years, and she ended up giving me a full carton of beanies. And that's what happens often when I reach out to people on Facebook Messenger through the marketplace. Once you explain to them a little bit about what you're using the Beanie Babies for, oftentimes they will be a little bit more generous in their price or even give you the beanies free, which also happened to me when someone was moving out of the area. They ended up giving me several bins of beanies for free, which in turn I just donated to the processing center. And if you don't want to make up these little buckets and you just happen to get some free beanies, you can just donate them as is. You can also try finding Beanie Babies on eBay. I have made some low offers and was surprised that they were accepted. But just remember, these beanies must appear new or mint with tags and never played with, so they don't cause problems with customs. If you decide to do a project using Beanie Babies, be sure to share it on Facebook and tag me on your social media so I can see what great ideas you've come up with. And this is what I have left over from all of those beanies that I got, and I'll either send them in as is or create another filler project with them. So this project turned out really fun. Don't forget, filler is used when we have to remove an item that's inappropriate from a box, or a shoebox comes into the processing center less than half full. These will fill up some boxes and make them fun, full, and personal. Remember, when you're doing filler, that you must put them in a box clearly marked filler, not a shoebox, and drop them off at your shoebox location drop-off during collection time, or take them directly to a processing center if you live near one during the processing season. So the cost of this filler project was between a little over $2 and $2.50. And it will depend on what you currently have in your stash and what you would like to purchase for this idea. So thanks so much for watching this episode of Filler Friday, Beanies and Buckets. I hope it gives you a few ideas or inspires you to create some filler of your own. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. God bless you, happy beanie hunting, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.